Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Strict Strength Splits Challenge. It's a good mouthful. So today we are taking it to a different level, a little secondary progress. We do recommend, as always, that you warm up prior to stretching. So we've included the warm up that we suggest, just a quick one, down below in the description box, or just perform these stretches after your workout. All you need is a mat or a soft surface. Let's get stretching. We're going to begin today in a classic runner's lunge. So pick a leg. I'm going to start with my right leg forward, and I'm going to fully extend through my back leg. There's lots of benefit of the stretches that come from this position. So I want you to really hold, take some nice deep breaths, and allow your body to melt. We want to hold these stretches for at least 30 seconds. So I'm going to help talk you through that to get kind of an average of 30 seconds. Are you breathing? You should feel pretty relaxed when you stretch. Every exhale that you take should kind of feel like a weight just left your shoulders, and you should be able to sit a little deeper into your stretch. Now this is considered a relatively active stretch because of the straight quality in that back leg. So we're gonna hang here for a little longer. Keep your glute and your hips pressing down. Continue to take a nice few deep breaths here. You can rock gently forward and back. Sometimes if you get bored in a static position, just incorporating even the smallest bit of movement can help keep your brain focused. Then, just to encourage a deeper lunge, we're going to set the knee down and uncurl the back toes. Now, a few different modifications or progressions that you can take here. So I can stay down and just kind of twist. I'm still getting a lot of good stretch through my hip flexor in the front of my thigh. Or you can come up a little bit higher to a more upright stance through your upper body. All this does is actually puts a little more weight into your pelvis, which I like. So I'm gonna keep in mind, Kevin and I are gonna really try to approach these stretches in a way that suits any of your levels. If you are really far away from the splits, totally fine. If you have the splits and maybe wanna increase your split into an over split, all of these stretches still apply to you. So I'm gonna offer some progressions and some regressions just so that everyone can feel like they have some value to take from this 2-week challenge. So we're still in this darn lunge. I'm taking it just a step further with a little arch back. I take my hand very gently on this glute / hip area, and I'm just adding a little bit of gentle pressure. I'm still breathing. I'm feeling pretty zen. I'm allowing my body to stretch out. We're going to head into our reverse lunge, so keep your back foot planted, shift your hips behind you, and try to stretch your leg. Now, if you're not quite here to hands on the floor, 2 yoga blocks or dumbbells here can be a really nice assistant to keep your back flat and lifted if you can't get your hands on the floor. So I would prefer that you take that modification rather than bend your leg or twist your hips. That way you can work in good form as you're stretching. We're gonna just take a few deep breaths here. Hamstrings, in my opinion, they take a little bit of time to stretch out. So we wanna really work with our breath. Lower down progressively as far as you can when you can. Big inhale, and on your exhale, try to envision those muscle fibers behind your hamstring, releasing, relaxing, elongating. Another deep breath. Now we're going to use a technique here. We're going to start pressing into our front leg. So I want you to engage your quadricep and push. We're going to hold that push for 8 counts. Hold 8, 7, and really pushing that floor away. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. We're going back into that nice, easy stretch. So what this does, when you contract the muscle group that you're actually stretching, you're sort of tricking your muscle response. Your muscle spindles in the muscle bellies here contract when you push a stretch too far. So by going into the contraction, you're sort of fooling those muscle spindles to feel safe and allowing them therefore to release farther. We're getting fancy here. So press again, hold for 8, 7, push, 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 6, 5, everything you got, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. Ooh, so I'm already getting way farther. Did you see that? So cool. I learned this in circus school. Circus school totally is paying off for me. So good things you learn along the way, right? One last time, engage your quad, press 8, 7, 6, 5, push everything you got to the floor. 2, one, and release. Last little bit of static stretch here. Ooh, good. We're going back through to your lunge one more time to continue opening up the hip before we hit our first split today. So from that lunge, we're just gonna have you drop down to, you can do both elbows, or you can take just the inside elbow to your heel. I find that that's a good way to really direct the opposite knee away. That feels really nice. So you can come back down to one or down to both. Give me a little sway side to side. And stretching, once you learn some of these stretches, you might want to start building a practice where you do this when you're watching TV at night, if you watch TV at night, or do your workout and then put on a podcast or some music and just chill out for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and get your stretch on. You're going to notice a huge difference. 2 weeks is a great start, but stretching, like anything in life, takes commitment and consistency. So the more you do it, the better your body will respond. All right, we're ready for our first split. I like a pretty square split, so tuck your back toe, out we go. Sliding, sliding, trying to keep your legs engaged. So rather than just kind of plopping down, I'm trying to really push through my muscles. Can you see my butt grab right there? Squeeze it, push it down, and ease yourself in. Now, while you're stretching, you will always kind of want to flirt with that line of, wow, this feels really good, and ow, this hurts a little bit. So right there on the edge of that line is where you want to be. It should feel like a nice pull on your muscles, but not ever painful, okay? So breathing deeply can really help with that. We're holding this again for about 30 seconds. If your back knee is close, but it's bent, drop it down. Maybe that'll be a little encouraging for you to get close to your splits. And then to take it to the next level, you can try to really stretch that knee and keep the toe tucked. Another option is to untuck the toe. You will get a little bit farther down. And if you're up a little higher, again, a good option is to hold your yoga blocks or dumbbells for support. Otherwise, it's kind of an arm workout if you're up here. You're planking and splitting at the same time, so a double win. We'll hold for another few breaths. Okay, and we're on to the other side. Shake out your legs. I like to get a little blood flow back in the muscles and the joints. Shake them out, a little bit of rotation. And we're gonna hit that other side. So coming on to, I'm gonna flip around this way. Hopefully that's a good angle. So left foot forward, I'm taking here, remember our strong, long runner's lunge to start. We're breathing, we're feeling awesome here. Pressing those hips down. The deeper you get into your stretch practice too, the more you'll sort of feel like it's easier to relax. Initially, especially after workout, I'm like, okay, I'm stretched. Am I done? Am I done? But you have to sort of bring your mindset to a different level and really chill out. Chill the heck out for 10 or 15 minutes. It's not that long, so you can do that. A little bit of movement here, forward and back. You're encouraging your muscles in your hips to open up and drop a little bit lower. Every single exhale brings you deeper. I love that. So drop the back knee, uncurl those toes. And whatever options you have here. So I do a little bit of everything, maybe a little bit of a twist. I get a different stretch in my hip flexor if I'm square and if I'm a little bit twisted, and also if I'm a little more open. That one kind of feels interesting, so be careful with that one. And then if you did this on the other side, you can come upright with your body, maybe add a little extra press in that back hip. And right now my main focus actually is just to relax everything. I'm not trying to think overly hard. Almost like my pelvis is made of iron or steel or something really heavy. You're gonna notice all these stabilizing muscles around your hips are like helping you. That's their job, but they're sort of getting to stand down. So you're really trying to mindfully let them release so you can sink a little bit deeper. If you did on the other side as well, hand to the hip or the glute, a little bit of an arch back can help stretch that hip. If you get any pain there, just back off a little bit. We're just feeling swollen flexy, right? Right? That's always a good thing to think about. Hands down, we go into our reverse lunge. Hips back. Ooh, my left hamstring is sore. So take a moment. Stretching is also a great way to kind of keep tabs on your body. check in with yourself. How you feel on a Monday is probably going to be very different than how you feel on a Thursday or a Friday. Depending on your workout schedule, you might be tight or sore, or you might feel really, really loose. So just notice those things. We're going to start our first press down with that left leg. So engage through the quadricep, push down. 8, 7, 6, 5, very active. 3, 2, 1, and release. Stretching a little deeper. Remember, yoga blocks or dumbbells underneath the hands. I would rather you reach through a long straight spine here too, rather than super hunched. Yeah, that's a little more in your back. So always almost thinking of arching your back really transfers that stretch high up into your hamstring. All right, here comes another press. Press 8, 7, active 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Give yourself some time. Let your chin drop. So as long as your back is relatively flat, if you drop your head is a great stretching tool to use. The weight of it will help draw your spine down, just that gravity component. Nice deep breath. Last time, really pushing. Engage your back with your hamstring and your quad. Press 8, 7, 6, 5, everything you can. 3, 2, 1, and release. Hang out here as long as you can. So if you're really in the zone and you're not following this video and you're doing these stretches later, you can really hang out here for a while. So I have a dance background primarily, and there's so many articles about static stretching. How long do you do it? 30 seconds, a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. What's the happy medium? So let's press back through. And there's lots of different studies, so if you're curious, I would suggest you do some of your own research. But I find 30 seconds to a minute is good, and then I need some sort of movement to get out of that and get blood flow back in the muscle. Go ahead and drop down to your elbow or both elbows. And then maybe like the second round, if you're in a really long stretching session, you can hold for longer. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, but always incorporate some sort of active quality in that stretch. Otherwise, your body can fall asleep. You can get tingly limbs and nerves get pinched a little bit sometimes. You really want to be careful with that, but you definitely want to put in your time. So dropping down, feeling the weight of the hip. I have pretty tight glutes, so I always feel stretches like this a lot. My pigeon stretch is pretty lame. Don't judge me when that comes in. So we'll press back up and we'll head into that split. Whew. Tucking your toes and sliding long from there. If you need assistance with yoga blocks or dumbbells, it's a good place to take that. Try not to open up the hips too much. Try to keep that back toe tucked. And I like a pointed front toe, just for great form. Press, press, press. My left side is not as good as my right, so actually I probably should have stretched my left side first. Woo! Remember to breathe. So I actually need to focus here. I'm trying to talk to you this whole time, but a little bit of focus on your body is necessary. You're kind of mentally coaxing your muscles to open, spread apart, lengthen, grow longer. Oh! I'm feeling it on the left side. See, my back knee is down. Naughty. Try to engage your quad. That will take you to another level too. See how that kind of lifts up through the pelvis? Pressing into that back leg. Oh, that's so much hip flexor. It's so good. Woo! Taking some nice deep breaths. Stay, stay, stay. If that back toe is uncomfortable for you, if that's too much flexion through your toes, you can take that out. Just try to stay parallel. We're still breathing, still pressing. Oh yeah, this is good. Holding just a little longer. Always if you have a side that's tighter than the other, feel free to stay there longer too. The more time you spend, quality time is worth something, so the more time you spend, better results you'll get. All right, we're gonna finish out this stretch today with just a little touch on our straddle. So open out. We haven't done a lot of inner thigh stretching today, so don't push it. Ooh, did you hear that hip pop? That was good. Actually, I need to shake my legs out first, so go ahead and join me on that. Ooh, splits. I'm feeling it. It's good. So open to a comfortable straddle. stretch that you're feeling. We're just gonna go side, side, and forward. So let's go all the way over. This is towards my right leg, but in the camera it might look like it's towards your left. So you can go the same side as me that it looks like. Just a feel-good stretch. Inhale, exhale, open those ribs. A little shorter in these positions because we're just sort of finishing out our stretch here, getting the body to feel good. Big breath. Stretch. We'll take that one more time, but for now we're gonna see how close we can get to the floor in our forward lean. So I consider if you can get your elbows down, you're doing pretty good. I think it's pretty rare that I see elbows down in the normal population of people. There's different categories of people. And then, you know, going farther if you can, always feels good. You can always prop your feet up or push your legs out farther if you're feeling the need for more stretch. But we're just in level one here. So we're just hanging. I like to sway a little bit side to side. Again, a few nice deep breaths here. If you can drop your chin down to your chest, you can get a little stretch on the back of your neck through your cervical spine. That's just a little bonus. And be careful, you guys, that you don't let your feet totally turn in like this. You want to keep a little bit of external rotation through those hips. Okay. Come up and we'll do that one more time, just to bring the body back to life. Nice big side reach. Take a big breath. Try to open up that top rib cage. And up and on our other side. This is such a functional stretch. This is just a nice classic side bend. Think of all the times you bend and twist and reach over and grab your bag and move equipment and all of that, very important. So this time we're gonna come down and we wanna stay here for a while. So I'm not gonna stay here for like 30 minutes because we're on a video, but if you have some time or you got your headphones in or you got another YouTube video to watch, then stay in this position. This is a great position just to let those inner thighs melt apart. You want to spend a little more time here if you can. Walk those hands out another few inches. Take some nice deep breaths. If you're close to that full straddle, try to flatten your low to mid back. I don't know if you can see that in the camera angle. Almost like a little bit of arch. A little bit of flatten. And I'm losing my rotation a little bit, so kind of catch-22 there. Taking a few breaths, let those hips open. And that will call it for day 2 of Strict Strength Splits Challenge. Bring your legs together. That's like the hardest thing I've done so far. Ugh. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more stretching. Bye.